Let's talk about the distance formula. Here it is. The distance is equal to the square root of x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2 squared. Consider the two ordered pairs, 4, -2, and -10, 6. If you plot those, it looks like this. Now, in that case, notice the line segment connecting those would be slanted. It's at an angle. If you had 2 points that were directly across from one another and you had grid paper, graph paper with grids on it, then you could just count. So if they were directly across from one another or directly down, but you can't do that when it's slanted. So we're going to need this distance formula. So let me substitute those points in and let's get going with this. So I'm going to be putting these in here. Now this is x sub 1 because it's the first x component, and this is x sub 2. This is y sub 1, and this is y sub 2. So this is x1, y1, and x2, y2. Those little sub numbers are, so if I say x, you wouldn't know if I meant this one or that one. But if I say x sub 1, you know I'm talking about this one because this is the first ordered pair. This is x sub 2. Anyway, so we're going to substitute those in. So let's do that. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put it right here. So I have 4 minus -10 squared. So there's x sub 1 minus x sub 2. So it looks like this, squared. Let's do the y's. So it's going to look like that, -2 minus 6 squared. Now let's begin to simplify that. 4 minus a -10, that's going to be 4 plus 10, so that's 14 squared. And -2 minus 6 is -8 squared, so it looks like that. Well, 14 squared is 196, I think. And -8 squared is -8 times -8, so that's 64. So I'm going to be adding 196 and 64. So one way to do that is to say, okay, well, if I took this 4 and put it there, that's 200. That's just going to be 260. So that's kind of a easy way to add that. So I took 4 from here, 196 and 4 is 200, and then I had 60, so square root of 260. Now that's the answer, square root of 260. You can simplify that though a little bit. So a lot of times teachers want you to simplify it down. So notice I'm going to do 26 times 10. 26 is 2 times 13, and 10 is 2 times 5. So I'm breaking this into 5 prime numbers. So 2 times 13 is 26, 2 times 5 is 10. I have 2 of a kind here, and since this is the square root, that 2 is going to come on the outside. 13 and 5 are prime, so I'm really just going to end up having those left over to multiply. So what is that? 65, I think. So 5 times 3 is 15. Yeah, 65. So 50 plus 15 is 65. So this is going to be my final answer. So 2 times square root of 65. Now you know that the square root of 64 is 8. And 8 times 2 is 16. So what I'm saying is, if you're wondering, you know, of course you could put this into a calculator and you could see that it's about 16, but I'm just estimating the answer. The square root of 64 is 8. This is the square root of 65. So this part's real close to 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So that's telling me that the distance from here to there, it's supposed to be a straight line. I don't know what happened there. Old age, I guess, but I got a little wobbly. But the straight line distance, not according to my drawing, but the straight line distance should have been about 16. That's what we're saying. Perfect answer is 2 times the square root of 65. That's the distance formula, the distance between 2 points. See ya.